Good evening, everyone. My name is Sharaka Vijaytum. I'm going to do a presentation. I'm going to take you through a little bit of details on STEAM education. So, STEAM education is a very interesting concept. It makes this subject more interesting because here we talk about so many subjects getting together. So, STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So, when all of these things get together, it forms a very interesting approach for the children to be engaged in educational activities. So, we'll go through more details uh, with the next slide. So, here's a visual representation of the STEAM classroom. It says that STEAM education integrates science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So here we can clearly see that one group of children is engaged in doing technological work, another group is engaged in doing experimental work in science, and another group is engaged in doing making up things, so engineering things, making and creating things. And then another on the other side, we see another one child sitting on a table doing the painting work and all that. So which depicts artistic talent of the child. And lastly, the mathematics. So how numbers come into practice when it comes to STEAM. So we see all that on this picture. And STEAM is an approach. STEAM education is an approach where a lot of creativity and problem solving skills will be incorporated and will be fostered among children. And children get to do a lot of activities. They are actively engaged when it comes to STEAM education. We always believe in active participation of the children. So they get to get their hands on the actual projects, on interdisciplinary projects, and this is a very good exposure for the children because they get to think a lot. They get to innovate new things. They get to be more creative when they engage in all of these subjects. So here we don't take just one subject in isolation. Here we get together, we put together all of the subjects. So this is a very good exposure for the children because they are getting prepared for the future. They are preparing themselves to face the future challenges in the modern world. In the 21st century world, they have to deal with a lot of things because we go through a lot of competition. A lot of competition is out there when it comes to studying, when it comes to doing jobs, when it comes to handling different tasks, when it comes to choosing your career path. There is so much of competition. So, how can the child deal with this modern world competition? Will the child be able to deal with all of these challenges? So, that's what we need to prepare. We need to prepare this mindset of the child. So, through STEAM, we can easily do that among children. The distinction between STEM and STEAM education. So earlier it had been STEM. So earlier it had been, as given on the screen, it says science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Right. So earlier we focused more on technical skills, analytical thinking, and scientific principles mainly. So there we prioritized logical reasoning and quantitative analysis. So we dealt with numbers. We were mainly dealing with logical reasoning, critical thinking, and all that. But later on, STEM became STEAM. So there's a small differentiation. So here they have added art to the STEM framework. So after that, after some time, it became STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And after incorporating art, what happened to when STEM became STEAM? What was the change the children experienced? It encouraged creativity and imagination and also innovative thinking along with the technical skills. So earlier we focused a lot on technical skills, we dealt with numbers. But after incorporating art, people realized that there is more of creativity in STEAM, more of imagination, more of innovative thinking, more of new ideas. And it also broadened the scope of STEAM education after incorporating art in it. So together with that, together with STEAM, a lot of things like visual arts, music, and literature also came into practice. Importance of art in STEAM education. So we saw that earlier it had been STEM, there was no art, but later on STEM became STEAM after incorporation of artistic value. And what is the importance? Why was it important? Why was there a requirement to incorporate art? Here on point number 1, it says fosters creativity. So there was a lot of creativity when art came into practice. A lot of creativity came along with these artistic activities. So children started thinking in a different way. They started thinking of new concepts. They started thinking about new ideas. So this is crucial when it comes to innovating new things, because together with the 21st century learning skills, children have to be more technological. They have to be tech savvy. They have to be innovative. So through the incorporation of arts, children started thinking a lot. They started expressing themselves a lot. Right? So sometimes so many things are there inside our mindsets, but we never get a chance to put it out. But through art, the children got an opportunity to express all of these ideas. Number 2, enhances problem solving. So when you blend artistic processes with scientific methods, like you find solutions for a lot of things. Okay, so children started becoming more divergent. We have heard of a concept called divergent thinking. So under divergent thinking, there is one problem, a well-defined problem. And under divergent thinking, you get multiple solutions. So what are these multiple solutions? You have one problem and multiple solutions. You think of multiple solutions. Whereas in the convergent thinking style, children think about the defined problem, and together with that, they think of the one defined solution. So one problem and one solution. But when it comes to divergent thinking, which is what divergent thinking is encouraged in the STEAM education process. So in divergent thinking, children think about a lot of solutions for one defined problem. And it balances technical and creative skills. So earlier when STEM was in practice, children were more into technical work. They were more into numbers. They were more into studying the scientific background, the connection between so many things. But when art came into practice, the children learned as to how they can balance the technical side that they have, and together with that, how can they maintain the balance between the creative skills. Right, so we need this. We can't just work with technical subjects. We can't think children will be more technological and automated. So together with technology and automation, we need creativity also. So that's what make a child divergent thinker. Okay, so and the next one, improves engagement. So when the STEAM approach, when art is being incorporated, it improves children's engagement in a lot of activities, because so many children, they are so into art, they are so into creativity, they want to be entertained, they have a lot of interest in looking at art, doing artistic work, handling doing work with the colors. So they have so much of interest towards all of these things. So this became an encouragement, it became a motivation for the children to engage in all of the activities which were introduced through STEAM education approach. Next is encouraging holistic learning. So what is holistic learning? Holistic learning is where we integrate so many subjects together and do one activity. So STEAM education recognizes the interconnectedness of different disciplines, promoting a more holistic understanding of the world. So children look at one particular thing through multidimensional aspects. Right? So if you take one activity, say that the children are going on a nature walk, right? So when they're going on the nature walk, they try to think of the science aspect, think of the technological aspect, think of the engineering aspect, and try to do activities based on art, and try to improve their mathematical skills as well. So through one activity, you integrate so many things. Children will also look at nature through all of these aspects, because the nature walk is the activity, and they will look at nature, they will look at the environment through these multidimensional aspects. Understanding how children use STEAM in education. So let's see how this is being done. So here we have another visual demonstration to show how interdisciplinary learning can be encouraged in the early childhood setup. Interdisciplinary learning involves integrating the 5 key areas of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics to enhance learning experiences. This approach is not about teaching these subjects in isolation, but rather about blending them to create a more engaging and a relevant and holistic educational experience. Okay, so like as I explained earlier, here we don't think of these subjects in isolation. We look at developing something by looking at it in 5 different angles: science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Okay, so if you take the project on the environment, on nature, so you can take them on a nature walk. You can ask the children to go to the outside environment, and you can ask the children to focus on different things. So they ask questions. They ask questions. Okay, teacher, why is it different? Why now we see 2 trees? Both are trees, but why don't they look the same? Why is it different in color? Why is it different in sizes? So they ask questions and they try to figure out certain concepts. Okay, so that's how they figure out certain concepts through the scientific angle. And by the technological angle, you can ask the children to use the technology and do something in the outside environment. And through engineering, you can ask the children to make up an irrigation system or something. You can ask the children to collect the things that they find in the environment, bring it back to class, and make up something that they like. And next, you can ask the child to do something based on art or painting, right? Whatever, something that they have seen, something that they were attracted to, they got attracted to while going on the nature walk. So you can ask them to do a drawing or do a painting based on that. And finally, with the mathematics angle. So you can ask the child to do an activity on counting or on the similarities or a sorting activity in order to bring in the mathematical angle into practice. So this is an approach. That's why we say it's interdisciplinary. So we do one activity and then we try to teach all of these subjects together with the same activity. Right? We don't take these subjects in isolation. We get together all of these things, and through one activity we try to teach so much of things for children. Project-based learning. So STEAM is all about doing projects. So when we say science, when we say technology, when we say engineering, arts, mathematics, so many things there are so many things the children should do. And they have to deal with a lot of tools. They have to find a lot of materials. And they have to get their hands on these activities and actually do something. It's not a conventional approach where the teacher is standing right in front of the children and the children are supposed to listen to the teacher. So here the children get to explore a lot of things on their own by doing different projects. They are supposed to experiment. They are supposed to do activities. They are supposed to do a lot of projects and then come up with new concepts, innovative concepts. So that's why we say project-based learning is another usage of STEAM education. Creativity and innovation. This approach encourages holistic learning, which fosters a deep understanding and encourages innovative thinking. Often involves teamwork as students with diverse strengths and interests collaborate as students learn to use digital tools for creativity and innovation. So creativity came a lot into practice with STEAM education after incorporating art, as I explained earlier. So children started looking at things in different angles. They started imagining things in different angles through art, with artistic values. So they will use all of these ideas, they will use all these concepts, and they will try to make up something using the STEAM approach. Right. So children have a lot of talents, and they have to, when we spoke about doing project-based work. So when it comes to doing projects, sometimes they have to work as teams. So when they are working as teams, they have to give different ideas because children are not the same. They have different ideas, different talents, different skills. So in their own unique capacities, they will give new ideas, new concepts, new elements for projects. So all of these things will be enhanced through the STEAM approach, mainly through the incorporation of artistic value. And then comes the problem solving skills. So now, as I told you earlier, uh, children become divergent thinkers with STEAM. So they try to identify their problems, and after that, they try to find multiple solutions. Sometimes to solve a problem, you can't use just one solution. Sometimes to solve that particular well-defined problem, you need multiple answers, multiple solutions. So children start thinking from different angles now that they have more knowledge through the STEAM educational approach. So now they are better in problem solving. Next is collaborative learning. So in STEAM educational approach, so you get to do a lot of things in terms of science, in terms of technologies, and in terms of engineering. So you may have to do a lot of work in groups. You may have to get into teams and do a lot of work. So when a lot of people get together, when a lot of people coming from different backgrounds, when a lot of people come together who's having different with different ideas, they get to come up with so many interesting work, so much of interesting activities. So this is what you call collaborative learning. So it involves the convergence of diverse ideas, skills, and perspectives, leading to a richer learning experience. In STEAM, students engage in projects that require a blend of scientific inquiry, mathematical, logical, and engineering design. So this is another angle of STEAM education. It's because they have to do a lot of project work. They might have to work in teams. So when they work in teams, a lot of people having different skills, having different mindsets, having different perspectives come together, and they come up with so many interesting things. Technology integration, a forward-thinking approach to teaching and learning. It emphasizes the use of technological resources to enhance and expand educational experiences, fostering a more engaging, interactive, and relevant uh, learning environment. So children start becoming forward thinkers through technology. So in the modern world, we deal a lot with technology. We do so many things. So much of things are engaged in technology nowadays. So children should get that exposure. Just because we think it's not good for children, we can't just completely take it away. We can't completely take away technology from children. We have to give them that integration so that they become forward thinkers. Next is critical thinking. This involves the application of reasoning, analysis, and logic to problems and concepts within and across the STEAM disciplines. Children are rapidly developing cognitively, and nurturing critical thinking during this stage can have a profound impact on their overall problem solving abilities and decision making skills later in life. And so, because of STEAM, children start becoming critical thinkers. They try to analyze this, they try to find the connectivity between different concepts. So, through all of these things, they become good problem solvers. And in the future, they become good decision makers also. So, decision making is something that we deal with in our day to day life. When it comes to our personal life, when it comes to our professional life, we have to make a lot of decisions. So, it makes it easy for the child to make decisions because now that they are critical thinkers, they are good in problem solving. Because of all of these things, they are becoming good decision makers. Adaptability and flexibility, the ability to change. The overall composition of STEAM approach captures the essence of a child's ability to adapt, learn, and grow through play and exploration, which is crucial for early development. So, the sense of adaptability and flexibility is very important for the child, and they learn all of these things through STEAM because now they are into progressive education. They are not sticking to the conventional way of doing things in the classroom. They are into progressive education where they get to research a lot, where the children get to do a lot of work, where the children get to discover so many things without the teacher uh, coming and doing everything. It's the child's job now to deal with so many things. So they know what they should do and when they should do it. This sense of adaptability and flexibility is also encouraged through STEAM education approach. Global awareness. Integration of various elements that highlight intercultural understanding, global challenges, and the importance of global connectivity. Use of technology like computers or tablets connect children from around the world. This can include virtual exchanges or collaborative online projects that focus on global issues. So, internet came a lot into practice during the past few years. We realized without physically looking at someone, without physically attending a classroom, how can we get education? We did a lot of things online. We made use of the internet so that the entire universe got a chance to become to be citizens in a global village because because we got the opportunity to deal with technology, right? We realized, okay, what happens in the other country, what happens in this dimension in another territory, how can we match up to that level? Are we having the skill to match up to that level? But we start thinking positively. We try to match our skills with a foreign entity. So all of these things, even the children get that motivation, even children get that confidence, that level of confidence to cross boundaries, go abroad, discover new things. So that level of confidence is very important, and this need to be given during early childhood. Preparation for future careers. STEAM education encourages students to think critically and solve complex problems. Through hands-on projects and experiments, children learn to analyze situations, develop solutions, and understand the consequences of their actions. This combination encourages children to think outside the box, be innovative, and explore new ideas, which are essential skills in a rapidly changing world. Right, so when the children are engaging in science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics, they discover themselves. They try to realize, okay, what am I good at? What am I good at doing? What are my skills? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? They get to do a self-assessment on themselves. So this is very important when they prepare themselves for future careers. Sometimes the parents must be having a different plan for their children, but the child should know, okay, even though my mother is having this idea in head, I want to be this. I don't want to be what she wants to, what she wants me to be. So I know my capacity, I know my skills, I know what I'm good at, I know what I like. So I want to be this person in future. So they get to assess themselves and they get to prepare themselves for future careers, and that will also be encouraged and motivated through the STEAM education approach. STEAM education for entrepreneurial learning. How can this encourage entrepreneurial learning? So we saw the usefulness of STEAM education. So how can we use STEAM education in order to make entrepreneurs? Because that's what is important for us. We don't stick to the conventional setup any longer. We work we work in a changing world. A lot of things in the world are changing, so we have to go with all those changes. We have to be updated with all of these changes. So entrepreneurship is very important when it comes to dealing with global challenges. So how can that be encouraged through STEAM education? So STEAM education can be used to foster curiosity, promote creativity and innovation, introduce basic technology even in early childhood, encouraging problem solving, collaborative play, understanding value and exchange, responsibility and decision making, real world connections. This is also another important thing. The children will start looking at the things that they see in the environment, in the world, the real world scenarios. They will try to match the real world scenarios into what they're trying to do in the classroom. Even that is very important for them to get that exposure. Emphasizing persistence, celebrating creativity and unique ideas. So this is another concept that comes into play with STEAM education, the growth mindset. So what is the growth mindset? The growth mindset is where the child starts thinking that the capacities, the skills, the competencies the child has in possession can be changed, it can be improved. That belief That confidence is what we call growth mindset. So how can you bring in growth mindset through STEAM education? Uh, through the projects and active engagement, you can bring in growth mindset. So what are the characteristics of a child who's having the growth mindset? Embracing challenges, learns from criticism, inspired by others, effort as a path to mastery. So they think, okay, if I put in more effort, I can improve. I can master this subject if I put in more effort. I can improve my level of skill, improve my level of competency, improve my level of confidence by putting in effort. If I study a little bit more, yes, I can get 100 marks. That level of confidence, that mindset is what we call growth mindset. Adapts and grows. So this child who's having the growth mindset will always think, okay, these are the changing things in the environment. So if I want to survive in this competitive world, I should go with the flow. So that thinking, that level of thinking and that mindset is what we call growth mindset. In conclusion, what have we got to say about STEAM education? STEAM is a very interesting subject, and what I feel about STEAM is that many STEAM activities are designed for group work. And children, we can teach the children the importance of teamwork, communication, collaborative, and problem solving. Technology plays a key role in STEAM education. That's another important thing. So, technology is something that we deal with in our day-to-day lives. So, even that is important for children. And children can use a lot of digital tools and platforms to research, to design, to implement, to create new ideas, to get ideas from other people. So, they can use technology. So, through STEAM, all of these things are encouraged and facilitated. Let's not forget the element of critical thinking. STEAM education promotes critical thinking by encouraging children to analyze and evaluate information, ask questions, and make reasoned decisions. By working on diverse projects and problems, children learn to become more flexible, more adaptable in their thinking and through their approach. And many STEAM projects address global challenges, giving them access to a wider scope of knowledge on practical situations. This also helps children understand and empathize with issues that affect people around the world. And this approach also equips the children with skills and knowledge that are increasingly important in a wide range of modern careers, from engineering to science to technology to art, mathematics. So they get a lot of exposure, they develop a lot of skills. So this is also given under growth mindset. Overall, STEAM education is in children. It's about fostering a love for learning, encouraging curiosity, and developing a skill set that is relevant for the 21st century. So I think we should embrace STEAM in many ways. So we should encourage uh, doing more of STEAM activities in the modern classroom. And the children will also become competitive. They become innovative. So this is what they need in order to move into the future as successful entrepreneurs. Thank you very much.